This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25. Hey everybody, I am Ultra Beast, and welcome to another Stanley Cup Eastern Conference Finals on EA Sports. And I am here with one of them, and they're back again. This time, I give a warm welcome back in. It's Test 2 for our pre-game show.
That is right, and I have a lot of great range to see things going on. The big win here happened with the Capitals, as they already been struck out alive in Game 4. But this time, it's do or die. If they don't win for the Capitals and they don't stay alive, that means their series and their season will be over, and the Florida Panthers will be moving on to the Stanley Cup Final. Can they find a comeback rally to win?
And now for the next commentary partners I have is Meatphone 11. He's also along with the other two, and joining us for tonight will be in the range. And that means one of it takes. It'll be Son of Beast, and he's also along with one last third commentary of the crew. That means it's Shed. And the center ice, I have a warm welcome in, is Fan.
This is going to be it. Game 5, where it comes down to this.
And if there's Game 6 necessary, we'll send you back over to South Florida for Game 6 for another matchup.
And now let's enjoy ourselves. Caps, next on EA Sports.
Enjoy the game, folks. We'll see you all later for the intermissions and the post-game show. Now enjoy the game. It's Game 5 back at the DC. I'm Meat111, and I'm here with my broadcast partner with Son of Beast and Jay. And joining in center is Fan. It's a big night here in Game 5. And here we go. Puck drop begins now. It's do or die for Washington. Let the games begin, and we as right now, the puck wins for fourth lane as the Panthers start up with their first possession. Here's the start right now for Barkov. He will now send it over to Aaron Ekblad. Barkov will now reset the group as Forsling's right toward Wayne. He'll stop that in play. He will try to make a new change-off. Now, as the team is backing their offensive strike, Carlson will clear that zone out. Here's a take now for Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad will swing it over. Wilson for a shot. Big stop here by Sergei Bobrovsky. That'll be the starting goaltender for the Florida Panthers. You gotta believe in this one that Sergei Bobrovsky made a great start. This is the first save what he really made it do. There's not really much anybody that plays afterwards. They notice that this is really what nobody is really keeping it in through. I noticed that there's a lot of big reasons to this one, but not really anybody that definitely changed it out. But as always, a matter of fact, they played it really hard. A lot of competitions might be just anybody that plays in. So they got to see it to believe it. I've got a lot of great feelings right now. The true lensless great kid goes to Alex Ovechkin. He made this one a great start. That's what sometimes I do believe on, and it wasn't really what they all expected it had to bring it in. It's nothing but they change. Just really need to make sure they have that one with the right change to get it over with. I don't see any problem with that, and convincing to any players, they're going to have to see where they can definitely try to keep it up. Sam Bennett right toward the wing. Lost that one as Carlson will now swing it over to Dubois. Here's the fast break for Dubois. Shot left save by Bobrovsky. Kulikov takes it over, now finding to Sam Bennett. A little unlucky start for the Florida Panthers as they wept it up on the Capitals. Rodriguez will now find Mikolas. Shot left save on the first start for Logan Thompson. He'll step in and play with only 18-29. Now Logan Thompson really may have a better feeling with the better range afterward. It's not really just a good chance afterward, but you just got to play some respect. A lot of the big consequence is changing in everything. And what they don't notice about it is they need to see how they can handle it. Not really only one, but they need to try to play it out anybody. Walensky's now finds to Lundell as he looks over to Schmidt. Schmidt looks to restrain it. Fires it shot. Goes right off to the defender and rebounded by Taylor Reddish. Puck given away by Aiden Lundell. Boves goes right over to Walensky's. Now Schmid will have it over. Here's the pass to Belinsky's. Belinsky's will try to reset the group. Nobody on the offensive zone. Got a little push afterward. Tries to get to Schmid on a cross-checking without a call for Washington. And here's Boves right toward the wing. You'll find it over to Belinsky's, finding to Tomas Nozek. Belinsky's will send a deep pass over to Boves. In middle, Mr. Rainer backhander shot save made by Logan Thompson. Over now to Taylor Radius. He will now send it over to Carlson the other way. Nozek with the puck stealing. He will now give it back to Boves the other way. Florida Panthers are back in the offense zone, and this will go back to Carlson. And here's Brandon Duhamel. The last time we saw it was game 2. He wasn't able to get it up to a clean start. After a tripping here by Gustav Forsling, he made this one with the penalty shot to try to reach in. You know, big range doesn't really feel like we're not really all in together. And you know, Gustav Forsling is way out of reach. That must have been maintaining it from some better position to be really done for. It's not the great start when you just keep it on for Gustav Forsling. That's not where it happens. You have to stay back into it. The force of the drive needs to be cleared to make sure that this is the right spot to do for. You don't want to make that mistake if you're doing it comfortably, and you don't want to let that go out of nowhere. Sometimes the Gustav Forsling has a little hard time to skate in, and this is not where we are starting in to make out with a good look. This sees some big change afterwards. They need to get things true to get it off to an open lane. Here's a set down shot, score! From first goal will start game 5. They got his first goal of the game. Now here's the kind of person about him. Watch what happens. You see Magic Penne. He's right over in the middle, right now finding Dick Dow. This is a range save, and that was placed right in quarters that you have to go over to. This red is breaking it look easy. The big chain effort is, you don't get it off a nice state to put it all in a better position. That's a great goal to have his score for the playoffs. So the start puts on for the Capitals. The Rocket Rank starts the first period in game 5, and now Sandin will send it over to McMichael. McMichael now slows it down, now finds the Sandin. Sandin chase it and reset shot, blocked it up by Verhage. Verhage loses his effort. Whoa! Went down afterward, right from the corner. That's going to make someone hit. Oh, nobody would stand that chance. I don't like that, how the Panthers would do that. Backhander, left save by Thompson. Sandin will get a piece. He'll now have it to McMichael. McMichael's right toward wing. Slows down, now find Dubois, and a shot, put tip-in, score! The Luxia Protos. They'll get his first goal in the game, and that'll be his second in the playoffs. You waited all that time to make a quick rebound. Look how that happened. Did you get the quick check? And now when chips it, he's not doing a precinct. That is where that goal comes in. I'm going to see that one more time. Now, look over here and you see this play. This afterward, when this rips a save on the blocker, there is the rebound. You see that? That is where the first goal is going to make that go in. That really makes that with a good start. So the Capitals have a 2-0 lead over the Florida Panthers. They weren't really sure they were going to start like that, but they were seemingly like they were not really sure how they're going to do, but they really kept that out of the way. That's not really what they all expected to do for. I mean, if you don't play it like that, you're not set. You got to be ready for yourself. Sam Bennett right around the net. And he's now with Nicola. Big collision here right behind the net.
Playoffs. Score by number 26, Nick Dow.
Passing effectiveness leads to increasements for the Florida Panthers. Now here's Nicola.
And by number 22,
Bennett. Nicola. Back to Rodriguez.
Time of the goal, 3 minutes 42 seconds in the first period of conference finals. That's it down his fourth for the playoffs. First goal of the conference finals. Assisted by manager Penny and Duhamel for the Washington Capitals at 3 minutes 32 seconds in the first period of conference finals.
Trevor Van Riestad now finds it in right behind the net to Sandin. Sandin tries to give to Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson cuts in his own. Strom shot off the skater and rebound by Belinsky's. He sends to Kachuk. Whoa! A big hit out there! That makes someone aggressive. Well, the Florida Panthers didn't like that call. They were feeling like there was supposed to be a charging, but they didn't really seem to care for it. Then Riestad the other way has announced to Taylor Radius. They lost 2 games at home, but they got to find a way to make the win. Olinsky is now sets to Sam Bennett.
First goal of the conference finals.
Bennett,
His second
right
in the
to
playoffs.
Wayne.
Score by number
Gives it
21.
around to Sanchez for Bobas.
Alexei
Out of the puck
Bruno.
range, now fighting to Schmidt.
Ball assisted by number 80.
One-time
Here,
Olinsky shot.
Luke
That's blocked on his
Dubois.
heel. Schmidt. Put the shot. Chance for deflection. That one is missed. Target line. Olinsky
Time to go.
sticks it
4
over.
minutes,
Now
7
finding
seconds
Justin
to
Bobas.
conference finals
He'll
in
now
first
find
period.
Sam Bennett
It's
to
Alexi
Schmidt.
Protas, his
Schmidt
first
shoots.
goal of the
Puck
game.
saved by
His second in the
Thompson.
playoffs, assisted by
Past
Dubois
the
and
15-minute
McMichael.
mark of the
For the
first
Washington
period,
Capitals at
they'll
4
get ready
minutes,
for another puck
7
drop.
seconds in the first period of the conference finals.
Lots of time left to be played this period. The Capitals starts rocket red, 2-0 lead over Florida. As they win the faceoff, here's for Everett. A pass to Protas the other way. Chance in front. Ekblad takes over. Good save by Bobrovsky. He rolls the pass to Bobas. Bobas will try to keep things in. Aaron Ekblad with a rebound, now finding to Luosterainen. In the corner, Luosterainen gives a go to Lundell. Dubois takes over. Now here's Protas, the wing in open look. Dumps the carry puck out. The Panthers are back in the offense zone. And rebound is Gustav Forsling. He'll have it to Alexander Barkov. And a dish over to Verhage. Verhage sets back to Reinhardt. Here's a shot. Off the blocker. On the skater, here's Ekblad. Shots blocked. Rebound by Protas. Protas makes his way down. Tries to stop that one. Tries to work his way across. Around the net, and it goes right in. Saved by Bobrovsky. You'll hold it in play with like 13:04 remaining in the first period. Still lots of timing to get through this, and officials are ready to take things on for the next lap truck drop. Down wins the face-up. That's a big hit here for Florida. AJ Greer with the rebounding. AJ Greer on the rush. Tries to get away from the puck. Big hit right toward in the corner in the Capital territory. Swings and misses on the chopper. Nate Schmidt the other way. Tommy Nosek right over toward the upper zone. Here's a set. Greer shoots. Blocked up by Japon Carlson. He's over now to Brandon Duhamel. Duhamel. There will be a no penalty, and that will be almost a tripping. That would have been impossible. Well, the officials were saying now, I thought the Capitals were not liking this at all. That would have almost been a penalty. Where is the defender? He made somebody trip over from the skater. This needs some increasement. Jakovic will now give it to Nosek. Back to Jakovic. Jakovic loses one, and rebound by John Carlson. Big slam down, and it's back into the zone. Lars Eller back to Barkov to Mikula. Here's Jakovic's shot, saved by Logan Thompson. Now it's rebound by Lars Eller the other way. And here's another chance to Taylor Reddish again to Carlson. Alexander Barkov's got that rebound. Makes him lose his moan. Losing his defender is now Reinhardt. He will now find Mikula. And back to Jakovic the other way. Finds another look for Mikula. Setting a help here. And he'll have to wait out. And that one is raced out of his zone. And it goes right back into the center ice as Mikula has one. There's a lot of big miscommunicating for the Florida Panthers. They're not really seemingly doing it correctly. They've got to fix it. Right toward the wall. Back to the Capitals with the big hit. Oh, you love to see that effort right now that the Capitals making that great hit? That's a big stop down and you really wanted to do for. Alex Ovechkin, poked up by Lundell. Yeah, a shot, glove save by Bobrovsky. Shots, point scores! Bobrovsky saving. It scores in a blind ball assistant. Well, that's a big mistake for the goaltenders. They're not sure what's going on. It looks like a slow start. I think it looks like the Capitals made him go the other way. They seemingly like, nope, we're not doing that here. We're doing that the other way. That's not going to work. Still got to cover it up with the puck. When you don't have the right choice, you don't get enough effort. So it's a 3-0 lead, and then in the first start here in the midway mark of the period, Rasmus Sandin has made his way with his second goal in the playoffs. He only scored one goal in the playoffs for many postseasons from the rounds, but he now has his first goal in the game for the conference finals. Yeah, it's been very long, and I gotta say now, it's really like what they all expected to do for. It's really like, well, you know, that's what they all really have to come in for. Keep playing. Tom Wilson shoots, save, play, stop by Bobrovsky. He'll hold things up to get ready for an hour puck drop. And now standing in by is the center ice is Fan. He has more for Alex Ovechkin, the great. Thanks, guys. Looking over for Alex Ovechkin. He's really like the one big tipper, and he makes a great range in.
Capitals go!
His
second in the playoffs. Score unassisted by number 38, Rasmus Sandin. Time to goal, 9 minutes, 12 seconds in the first period of conference finals. That's Rasmus Sandin, his first goal of the game. Second in the playoffs, unassisted by a team for Washington Capitals. At 9 minutes, 12 seconds in the first period of the conference finals.
In game number 2. This is not going to happen when you're doing this right away. But there's a lot much range to cover in for Alex Ovechkin, so I'll step in to see how it goes out. Let's keep it C and find out about Alex Ovechkin with a better captain release on his effort. Back to you guys.
Glove save by Logan Thompson. Now we passed the midway mark with 9:35 remaining. Now they're ready to prepare themselves for another puck drop. 3-0 score for Washington. Alexander Barkov wins the faceoff, and he now has Forsling. Verhage trying to pick a chance over to Alexander Barkov. It'll be a slashing, and that's going to be the Capitals.
Number 3 on Washington, 2 minutes for slashing.
Well, this is what happened with trying to go right toward the middle, and he's on Barkov. He was stick lifting himself, and there was the problem with that. And now this will be the first penalty kill for the Capitals in Game 5. So the Capitals had made their first penalty kill as the first power play will start Florida. Florida's really going to make sure they are up into the heavy need. They need to make sure they have
Washington Capitals, number 3, 2 minutes for slashing. Top of the penalty in the first period of conference finals, 9 minutes and 29 seconds. That's penalty on Washington Capitals on number 3, Matt Roy. Top of the penalty in the first period of conference finals, 9 minutes and 29 seconds for 2 minutes slashing.
Aaron Ekblad will cover it in with a rebound and will now try to make new change. Back to Sam Reingaard. He'll now get to Carter Verhage. Toward his zone is Kachuk. Right around the back is Barkov. Scanning of his own. Back to Aaron Ekblad. And it's over now in the wing to Kachuk. Makes some new changes here, and now Barkov right toward his own. Tries to make new changes here to Verhage. Verhage swings it out. Kachuk fires it. For the deflection save by Thompson. Just 8:39 left. A big stop here by the goaltender. He's still watching play closely. Now let's have a look at the other side. And now the chance is Matthew Kachuk. Matthew Kachuk is really like a great on this play on a great drive. He's probably just a play game for the Ottawa Senators. And the last time for the postseason, he made his great win. But it's more like this. He wants to wish his brother a good luck to see if he can make his management to the finals. There's not really much that he could do for it, but this is nothing that he really has to choose off. And I really wanted to see how he could definitely handle it. Let's hope there is anything best for Matthew Kachuk to kick off his goal. And I'll see about that with some tricky zones. Back to you guys. Still a lot of time left in the period. 3-0. Looking for a goal for the Panthers as they might want to get on the board series. They cleared the zone. And now this is back to Lindell to Rodriguez, who will now send to Sam Bennett. Bennett makes his way, now finds the Luskerainen. Right to Smith, he scores! What a pass! And a great goal will make things in to get a power play goal. Nate Schmidt earns his next goal. That's number 6. Now that's a great look. That's after this pass play, and you give over to Nate Schmidt. That is a great look. You see that range, that blinker? Now watch what Sam Bennett made. This is one pass to give over, and then here's another pass, and you give right over now to Nate Schmidt. This is 1, that's 2, but then the goaltender, there was nobody to reach in. That's where the defender made it in, and then nobody is watching on him. He was wide open, and he got that nice goal range to cut it in. So the Panthers are on the board. It's a 3-1 game. Trying to look for 2 more in the game before the end of the first period. That's something that they need to do is they got to give that one a use of this goal effort. Paul McGrice really needs to stay in effort, so they have to make sure that this is the right way to do it. Trevor Van Reestad now finds it over to Pierre-Luc Dubois. Looks his way through, almost went in. Oh, that was close again to get another goal for the Capitals, but that stayed out zone. That was too close. I don't say so. That is really just how big that is. I mean, no pick on the plates. Now to win for the Panthers. A Kovalchuk will now change it over. Finding Demikola.
Florida Panthers scores his first goal of the game, his sixth in the playoffs. Scored on a power play number 88, Nate Schmidt. Assisted by number 27, E2, Mr. Rayner. And by number 9, Sam Bennett. Time and goal for that power play, 11 minutes, 59 seconds. That's Nate Schmidt on a power play goal, his sixth in the playoffs, first goal of the game. Assisted by Mr. Rayner and Bennett. For the Florida Panthers power play at 11 minutes, 59 seconds in the first period of the conference finals.
They just need to make some fixing changes. Yeah, exactly do. I mean, they're not really like picking up the pace here. They misfired it really quickly, but they need to do something else to make a big change. Kovalchuk lost that puck. Now Protas will have it again to Dubois. Dubois right to her right behind. Knocks him down. Rebounded for Henry. Here's Dubois. Knocked him over. Watching an open play shot. Saved by Bobrovsky. He'll now swing to Verhaeghe. Back the other way for the Panthers. Barkov swings over. Glove saved by Thompson. 6:33 remaining in the first period. They'll get ready for another puck drop. Lots of time left to be played in this period. No score for the next one, but there was only one for the power play goal. And here's for Heavily the other way with only 6:30 remaining in the first. Tom Wilson right to her behind the back. Sam Reingard kicks it off. Now Barkov has it. He initiated it, and that puck is going to go right after on Tom Wilson. How do you believe on that? That is not what I mentioned to do here before. That's what nobody has been understanding it. And you can't just do that. How would this happen? Now he's going to make him go fight back. And he's down. Wow. This has been a shocking...
Number 43 on Washington, 5 minutes for fighting.
That was on
Number
Sam
5 on
Reinhart,
Florida, 5
done.
minutes for fighting.
Well, this pissed off the fans afterwards. You know that Tom Wilson is not really happening to make it up, and that was really how not impressive they're doing. That's definitely bad manners on that. I think we should see the rivals between the Florida and the Capitals by next season.
Penalty on the Washington Capitals and the Florida Panthers on number 5 and number 43 on both teams. Top penalty for both teams of the fighting, 6 minutes, 18 seconds. That's penalty on both teams in Florida and Washington. Number 5, Aaron Ekblad, and number 43, Tom Wilson. Top and penalty on both teams, 6 minutes and 18 seconds in the first period for a 5-minute fighting.
Play with only 5:57 remaining in the first. Now they're up to set for another puck drop. 11/6 face-off wins for the Capitals. And the win for Sam Bennett. He will now give to Kovalchuk. And here's one-time Rodriguez shot score! Nice take-in. That's Evan Rodriguez with a one-time shot goal. And he really had ended up. He made another one look easy. That's his third in the playoffs. This is a nice, good set. After Kovalchuk, and you get the good pass over the lane, and it just goes right there. That's where you see that goal. One time he made it so great with Rodriguez, and you just have that nice look. This goal must have been turning it up. I think he was learning how to get off to the right spot, and he did. So the Panthers are down by 1, and they really are up to the length. Looks like they wanted to get to the Stanley Cup Finals for their very first time. Since the first season of the postseason, they didn't make their advantage in, but they really worked it off. I don't know how they did it, but they really seem to be like, why in the world are you not going to play it like that? This is what happens with Florida Panthers. They really have to get off to a good sudden lurch. That's definitely making it so much hurtfulness that they really are doing it for. Not sure how that is going to work, but don't judge that. Not a single word when you're doing this. Don't make that happen. Oh, it's Ovechkin. Takes him down right to the Panthers defender. You see that? That's where I'm getting at, right? What a diving play by Thompson. Just 5:20 remaining in the first period. I wouldn't say that Luke Thompson would really do this, and that's really like unbelievable. You don't get enough easy in this range. That's probably because he went down, and that's being a big hit. A lot of time left in the period. Panthers lead has cut down by 1. And now here's Cindy, and he will now give to Verona. Haven't seen his score in a while since the first of the second round.
Fourth goal in the playoff score when it was 17. Evan Vandergoose. Assisted by number 7, Dimitri Kolokov. And by number 42, Gustav Forsberg. Topping a goal 14 minutes, 7 seconds in the first period of conference finals. It's Evan Vandergoose, his first goal of the game, third in the playoffs. Assisted by Kolokov and Forsberg. For enough more to Panthers. At 14 minutes, 7 seconds in the first period of conference finals.
Second his own players. It's saved by Orlovsky. 2-time stop. That clears the zone the other way. Now then Resad will have a chance. Now finding over to Taylor Redius. Makes it Mick. Levegi gets it over. Makes him knock down. And here's to Kachuk the other way. A pass down Barkov. Barkov. Fires it. Well, saved by Thompson. Stops the play with only 4:23 remaining in the first period. With the next one in mind, we would love to get the next reaction in. And this time, it's Object Invasion. Don't miss out next month as you'll have it taken to start back the reaction. And we may not be able to do a bunch of games here. We'll have to try to make up the next plan to see what gets in for our next object shows of this reaction. So you'll have to find out and see what gets in. Don't miss the next moment as we see the big moments of the Fusion Animations Object Invasion. Reaction starts on September 12th only on Son of Beast. And maybe we have a surprise for you, so we may have another reaction here, and especially to the skit, there might be some great actions to keep things in. So, once this conference finals is over, I will send it over to you guys with the next one. So, you may never want to miss that one out, because that will be after the third period, then it will be ready to keep things online. So, don't miss out after this one. So, we'll have a special surprise for you once the game is complete. Barkov, back to Mikola. Strong, trying to go back to Kolokov, and he'll now find to Mikola. Mikola finding Kolokov. Here's Barkov, quick save made by Dylan Strome, and here's Alex Ovechkin. The finding McMichael. Quick catch by Bobrovsky. After the defender goes right to attack it, he got that puck in no time. That would almost been like a collision afterward. I would almost been probably squeezing nowhere believe. I don't see how that would change it. That's really unbelievable skill. Block a shot for the Panthers. That was Nosek that made a stick. He just really had to do anything like that. And I know that it would be hard. Thomas Nosek, he really seemed to cover it all. Schmidt now finding to Gagovic. Schmidt looks back to Gagovic. Gives another one to Nosek. Schmidt passes to Gagovic. Passes over to Schmidt. Fires it, glove it off. And rebound by Nosek. It's back to Mikola. Mikola lost that one. Rebounded up by Schmidt. And Mikola will get that one over to Gagovic. He'll now swing it again over to AJ Greer. He'll fire it around the net. Big step on a play by Sandin. Rolls right to the time for Van Riestad. Van Riestad in the rush. Knocks him down with a big stop by Bobrovsky. Looks to Lusterrainen. Lusterrainen right turn the wing. From corner blank. The rebound puts in for the Capitals. Oh, Lundo got a piece of it. Right near the net will cover up for Thompson. He'll now give to Sandin with only 2:09 remaining. Carlson will enter the zone, now finding to Verona. And here's Eller. Eller lost that one. Verona. And a shot. It's off of one of the defenders. Here's another chance to Boves. To Lusterrainen. Carlson takes over, now finds to Redius. Redius knocks over. And he lost that one control. Chikwa. Redius. Shot. Save made. Back to Schmidt. And he'll have it back over now in the other way to Verhage.
That is almost going to make another goal. I wouldn't expect to see that one going by.
The Capitals are back in the offense zone as they're nearing it closer down to a minute mark. Here's Barkov back to Schmidt, and they'll have it to Kachuk. Here's another one to Alexander Barkov. Barkov right to it outside. Gives another shot off a deflection and rebounded in by Eller. Rebound by Kolokov. Here's another look here for the Capitals. Matt Roy on the rush. Shot pass save by Sergei Bobrovsky. Down to a final minute in the first period. This really would have
just 1 minute remaining in the first period.
Through. That is another great miscommunicating on that. And that's a great look at the help. He wants to take the revenge afterward. I am coming right at you. Watch out. Rebound by Rodriguez. Another back pass miscommunication for the Capitals. Rodriguez now finds Kachuk. Block the shot. Great stop by Tau. Mangiapane on his way down. Fires. Blocked. Forsling rebounds it. Now has it to Kolokov. He will give it to Kachuk. Kachuk slows down. We'll try to Forsling. Forsling for a redirection. Getting able to get it through. Kachuk fires it. That's blocked. Rebound by Kolokov. Bang. Shot. Oh, missed a stick. Whipped on it. And it's now back to Strome. Timing is running down. Here's Protos. With the shot. Another save by Bobrovsky. Behind the net. And that will end the first period.
And that's the end of the first period.
Both team players are out of the penalty box.
And
And we'll get ready for some clean, refreshing ice. And we'll get back to the action when we return at DC. 3-2. Hey everybody, it's Ultra Beast. Welcome to the first intermission of game number 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals on 2EA Sports. We've got a great start matchups here as this gets a close game in the range. There's a lot of great actions here, but we haven't seen anybody that makes that one with a great range in. First, we saw some big collisions, big shots on the net, and a big range out. It's been like a turning passing off the line. A lot of 10 face-off wins over 13. There was not really much close obsession, but the big fighting was in the range between Wilson and Ekman. And here's how you did it at the end of the first period. It was 27 over 22 for Washington, 38 over 29 hits. That was the Washington on that side. 435 over 122 Florida. Then it was 90 over 82 for Washington. 13 over 10 face-off wins for Washington. 7 over minutes penalty kill over 5 minute penalty kill was Washington. It turned to be with a slash on Matt Roy. And then 1 power play goal was made with 128.
And with that being said, here's how this happened. This was really nothing but they changed end. All they did was not turn to be really how they were supposed to do, start off the first period. This really made a little unclever to start that one off. It's not what they really want. They don't start like this. After all, they really wanted to keep that out. Alright, now let's have your takes here to see what's going on with Florida Panthers, Ultra Beast. What is your take?
They're not really like getting off to it. And it's kind of like credible agreements and they're really over the line. They're really trying to like get over enough and then try to win it out for 3 games with no home wins here in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference Finals. That must have been happening because they only did 1 in Game 3 for their home win. That must have been what is going to keep on coming back. They really have to see this one to make the believe. And I wouldn't expect that this would change like they did for. Now how about you, Testu, about the Washington Capitals?
Well, they really are so aggressive at this point. They really are just smacking everybody down. And I don't know how they did, but they really did was all the smack, bash, bang, and there's really much what they just shouldn't be doing. But this is what happens. They calls for the charge. There's no bans for the Florida Panthers fans. Like there is no call for like the biggest roughing, and I thought this was misconception. Remember what happened with Hedman? He was suspended out. That's what happened with that last game. He's really over it, and he's done. That is what happened. Nobody's expecting to see it, how that one was going to change. So that is not good at all.
And now what's your take here? Who do you think will stick in the lead after the second period?
I'm saying Florida might tie this range up for 3. So that's my case of what I really want to see. This might be what they're looking for, but I'm not sure how that will happen. So they gotta find a way through it.
All right, thank you very much, Test Tube. Let's get back into center ice as we go back to Capital One Arena. As me, Phone, Son of Beast, and Jay return in with the commentaries for the second period as they start now. We'll see you later for the second intermission.
See you folks later. Until after the second period. Test Tube,
Ultra Beast, out. Welcome back, everyone, as we're ready to get set for the second period in Washington. One period is down, 2 to go. All right, guys, I know this wasn't their best start out the door, so what do you think how they did in for the first period?
Well, this may have been just how hard they were doing this for. I wouldn't expect to see how they were really playing like this. After Sam Reinhart, he was already hurt. I think this is what happened with Aaron Ekblad. Now most people are never going to like it on it because Aaron Ekblad, he made that one with a big whip. Not really anybody is liking it afterward from Tom Wilson. This is what they don't really deserve to anybody and nobody really likes. And I know this is definitely how hard they're choosing it to, but don't make a decision on that if you're going to play it like that.
Yeah, I would have said so. I mean, I think the Florida Panthers are really trying to work it off. They're trying to look for a win in the game, but I think the Capitals really need to win this in Game 5. They got to find a way to do it. Barkov shot way high. And it's back to Carlson the other way, finding Tom Wilson. You see what I'm getting? That shot was a little too high. That's why there's no room to make the extra feet. Alex Ovechkin. Pass to Tom Wilson. Shot. There's a penalty. There's going to be a penalty shot. And they won't be. Now this will be a trip.
Number 77 in Florida. 2 minutes for a tripping.
And the Capitals are on the power play.
It's their turn to get a power play effort for the Capitals.
You see what happens with Nikolai? He really made that one messed up. That's not
penalty on Florida, number 77 for a 2-minute tripping. Top of the penalty, second period of conference finals, 18 minutes, 55 seconds. That's penalty on Florida Panthers, on number 77, Nico Ricola. Top of the penalty, 18 minutes, 55 seconds in the second period of conference finals for a 2-minute tripping.
Big knockdown here. Now ready as she'll have a chance. Olinsky shoots it, saved by Bobrovsky, and rebound for the Capitals. Now make new change. Oh, what a save by Bobrovsky! What a stop this is! That was the craziest offense on the ground.
Not when you always see this, but Bobrovsky, with that change-off line, that's where this happened. That one was a great stop-in play. Bobrovsky really had that one coming in, and I felt like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do. Looks like I'm in trouble, and he really did. He made this one tipped out. No stopping to make that slow pitch.
Lots of time left in this period. 3-2, still the score. They just gotta believe on that. How did Sergei Bobrovsky make this unsafe? That's really what they'll expect. Big save by Sergei Bobrovsky, and it's back to Lindell the other way. Lindell unable to clear it out. And it's on a shot, beat the post, he scores! Tom Wilson gets his power play goal. Now it's a 4-2 game. I gotta see this one again. I think that puck was risking in, and I feel like, where on earth did that go? That really was going to almost stay out. I don't see where it was going to go in. That really made that one shut down. Look at this play over here. You see this is what happened? That one was going to try to stay out. That going back the pipe, but then look what happened to Bobrovsky. That one, he didn't get there. I think somebody took it in. That must have been Tom Wilson. He got a great goal out of that piece. That would have been just bright and fair. So the power play goal, they will get Tom Wilson to have it even to go back up by 2. They don't say anything about it now. I mean, what could happen to Tom Wilson, he would have chosen his mind to try to do for the next chick. That change-up did not start really well, and I would have bet that this would always change in. Here's Rodriguez right to her to win. Finding to Sam Bennett, a big hit here. That one's out of reach. Shot saved by Bobrovsky. The rebound by Forsling, and he now sets the Kachuk. Panthers are back in the offense zone. Finding a Sam Bennett and rebound by
Capitals goal. His first goal of the game. 8th goal in the playoffs. Score on the power play. Number 43. Tom Wilson. Bosses by number 24. Connor McMichael. And by number 17, Dylan.
He's trying to get back to Schmidt.
Tom on a power play goal for the Washington Capitals. 1 minute and 50 seconds in the second period of conference finals. That's Tom Wilson, his 8th in the playoffs. Score on a power play goal, assisted by McMichael and Strome. For the Washington Capitals on a power play minute at 1:50 in the second period of conference finals.
Folks, I know that this is not what they changed, but this is a lot of big card in the range. That's why the Capitals are really hurting it up. And the Panthers got to find a way out of here. Yeah, they do. They have to make sure they're out of the zone. No, otherwise, they will get spout out, and they're really going to get hurt on the bad carry. They don't seem to do right oftenly. The same time is not really what they all choose for. So that needs to be done. Back in the onside is Schmidt, and he looks to Bolinski's. He looks to Nozak. Nozak makes a spin. Should score! Tommy Nozak. Nice dish on. He puts it back down by 1. How would Tomas Nozak do it? That's like sniping his zone. That's his third. Now, I know you're not thinking of that, but this spin-off is over right around Chick Run. He just couldn't get there, and that is a big look. Look at this race, how you do in the field. That big play and bounding is just no time at all. He really had made that quickly, and this race reaction, he dug it again. So the Capitals have got their lead cut back down by 1 again. Thomas Nozak looking to tie it up. There's no escaping, and they're really just not like giving it all they get. They just need to make sure that no one gets it over. A.J. Greer has it over, and Thomas Nozak trying to look for 2 goals in the game. He down, Nozak shot, glove save by Thompson. Stop the play with 16:32 remaining in the second period. Off and ready for another puck drop. Fans, I give a warm welcome over. You may have remembered this one before, but now the official event is finished. I sent it over. It's 2 for the host, and he's right here. Hey guys, what do you have to say about this?
Florida goal, his first goal in the game, 3rd in the playoffs, score by number 92, Tomas Nozak. Assisted by number 26, Louis Bolinski, and by number 88, Dave Schmidt. Top of the goal, 3 minutes, 13 seconds in the second period of the conference finals. It's Tomas Nozak, his 3rd in the playoffs, first goal in the conference finals, assisted by Bolinski's and Schmidt. For the Florida Panthers, at 3 minutes, 13 seconds in the second period of the conference finals.
And there are no way to protect. They really have to make sure they find the right look. No key and possess, they just need to fix their problem. Yeah, I do say so now. I mean, Jacob Arana and his teammates are looking very good. They just really kept on for coming back in, playing for some inbounding. I really have to say now that this is really trying to be very good, and in particular, he scores! Oh, that's 2 goals for Rapids St. He makes it. That's your number. Yep, believe it in. Rapids St. Dean will get 2. Now, for some play actions afterwards, you don't see this thing too. That I've already faded it, but that block was not going to make that in. That is another great goal for the Capitals. They really are working their way off. And then this was not changing the right way. He wasn't just daring them see that how this is going to happen. And that one was really racing it in. That just makes him a knockoff. Capitals back up for 2. And there's no stopping down. They really want to escape it. No play to me. That's really what that was for Alexander Barkov. They really messed it up. No time mistaken what they would do for it. Alexander Barkov will now send it to Kachuk. What is your take here, and who do you think is going to win? Oh, the Capitals would have my take here. That would be just like that. Alex Ovechkin and their teammates really got to go for the home win. Well, I may say so. I agree with you. Caps, let's show how we can definitely handle it and try to stop him the scoring for the Panthers. Bobrovsky's going to cover it up with only 15-12 remaining in the second. This is the big hardest matchup they've really ever faced. Strong effort, 39-27, but nearing a 15-minute mark. Barkov wins the faceoff, and he went for the slip. No penalty on Washington. Now it's rebound by Aaron
Capitals goal.
He's off to
Second goal
Forsling.
in the game. Third in the playoffs.
Forsling.
Score by number
Rebound by
48.
Barkov.
That's
With the shot. Another
Stanley.
save made by Logan Thompson.
Ball assisted by number 16, Taylor.
Back to Barkov.
And by number 13, shake up for a run.
Dylan Strome.
Time on the goal,
Into
4 minutes,
zone.
21 seconds in the second period of conference finals.
Losses for the
That's
middle,
Rasmus
forcing
Stanley,
the
the
rebound.
second in the game, third in the
Now
playoffs.
back on ice is
Assisted by
AJ
Renius
Greer.
and Garon.
AJ
For the Washington
Greer,
Capitals,
2-on-1
at 4
opportunity,
minutes,
shoots
21
it.
seconds
P90
in the
for
second
Matt
period of
Moore.
conference finals.
Peter Luther Brown now finds McMichael. He made a knockout. Trying to go back in his zone is Nozak. Nozak. Chance at play. Stop inbounding. Save made by Logan Thompson. Olinsky's with the rebound right towards zone. With the range in. Another denying effort by the goaltender. Wow, he's really like all aggressive right now. He would almost would have been missing afterwards. He really took a cut ahead of it clean. So a lot of big saves happened with Logan Thompson. There's one problem with this. That Sam Reinhart, he is already in the medical room and he feel like he's not showing it off today. Let's send down his hand and see when he has more.
Thanks, folks. Sam Reinhart is not really fading it off his better behavior. This status is really making it so bad and difficulty. Along with his better use of his upsetting skills, he was a disappointment with his improvement, and now what happened with Tom Wilson, and he really didn't think that he would be back here on ice. He's really unable to play back in, so his night is over. We'll have to see about that if Sam Reinhart can advance or get well better and get ready to prepare Game 6 if their team loses. So we wish you speedy recovery. All the best of luck. Guys,
Thank you very much. And with all of that improvement now, we wish that Sam Reinhart would be able to feel back in and better, and wish his speedy recovery for his gaming. Well, hopefully this will stay in to make his input. We'll see how that happens. If their next game is necessary for game number 6. Let's make that one fair and make it more better.
yeah, I would always say so. Sam Reinhart's really hurt.
We'll get better here soon. Around the net, now playing to Lundell. Lundell looks over to Lushkarainen. Lushkarainen passes to Kulikov. He looks to Lundell. Fires a shot, glove saved by Thompson. 13:06 remaining in the second period. They'll get ready for a puck drop in the Caps territory. Now the approachment is on. 5-3, Washington. Strome wins the face-off, and he now has it to Carlson. Carlson looks to Tom Wilson. Stops his own. Rebound by Kulikov. Kulikov looks to Boves. Trying to get around that chick run. Stops and breaks a pause. Now finds to Kulikov. Oh, Kulikov gets a runner over across on Alex Ovechkin. I never seen that play afterward. Kulikov was really like giving it over. He wanted to feel like, not this time. Lushkarainen shoots wide. It goes back to Lundell. And now Lushkarainen will try to rebound it in. It's back over. Alex Ovechkin takes over. Trying to get a one-timer shot. Now behind the chip run. Here's Tom Wilson. Stick behind the back. It's Belinsky's. Alex Ovechkin. Right to the middle. Save play by Bobrovsky. In zone. Tommy Nosek. Shoots it. Another save play by Logan Thompson. He makes a fake shot, but he wants to do it for real. Now Schmidt. He gives to Tommy Nosek. Where shoots blocked up. Rebound by Strome. Strome, this is a zone out. Belinsky's trying to get it. Now the rebound by the Panthers. Nielsen and Tommy Nosek. He's all alone this time. Right for the back. Another stop by the goaltender. He says no. Aaron Ekblad trying to get back in. Right around the net to Kachuk. Returning on ice is Gustav Forsling. Here's Verhege, he's back on ice. Right toward middle, trying to get to Kachuk, but it's knocked out, and Alex Ovechkin will now give it to Carlson. Carlson looking over, sticked up, Forsling with the rebound. He now finds to Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad looks to Kachuk. Right toward middle, Barkov. Barkov in the lane to get to Kachuk, he scores! Nice dish off by Barkov. That's Matthew Kachuk. He has now 15. Unbelievable. Is that really what I see the play afterward there, Big Bone? I would have loved to see that one here. Not always that I do. This is what happened with this pass play. Now look over here in this one. You get a good angle to Kachuk.
and this is right, he's wide open, and then he was going to try to like poke it out, but this is what Barkov made. He just did that, and this is what he made him do to give over to Kachuk. That is a great look. This offense was not making it look easy at all. That is another great goal. Matthew Kachuk gets his 15th goal in the playoffs, his first goal in the conference finals of the game, and you'll have to see if he can get 2 more. Yeah, 2 more might be a better idea for Matthew Kachuk instead of Alexander Barkov. He really has shown a lot of skills here. I think he has a lot of great teamwork with Matthew Kachuk, so I think he's a lot of proud to make it go with it. Kolikov takes it back. Now it's Mikolo. He will have it over.
Florida goal, his 15th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game in the conference finals, scored by number 19, Matthew Kachuk. Was assisted by number 16, Alexander Barkov, and by number 5, Aaron Ekblad. Time of the goal, 8 minutes 51 seconds in the second period of the conference finals.
Almost like radically different afterwards. They're really going to say that, why is this going to be a close game? It has to be. Really, what they all said now? I mean, you never know. Mikolo, back to Kolikov, looks to Boves. Boves looks to Mikolo. Mikolo, find to Kolikov, he will now find to Mikolo. Mikolo, back to Kolikov, fires shot, glove save by Thompson. This is no panic, and he really stops that play. Now, that was why that the goaltender was really up to it. The challenging one was not fair, but no worries. They just really have to keep on doing it like they did, so they got to make sure they have the right idea to do it for. Kolikov, back to Mikolo. Kovashon, another save by Thompson. He stops that one with only 10-13 remaining in his second. Now a lot of time left, 22/16 face-off wins. That must have been Pierre-Luc Dubois and Dylan Strome and Alex Ovechkin. They really had tried very hard, but nothing sets the problem. The feed was turning to be all again. Mikolo now finding Luis Garena. And trying to go for the backhander. Another safe play by Logan Thompson. Big hit here. Lundell shoots. Oh, how about that? They are all tied now. And 5 is the magic number. Well, this is what they always did. Now, Lundell just made a goal. I can't stand how this one's going to take. Now, I know possibly that everybody's been looking at it. And you see Aiden Lundell after that hit. This is where it comes right at it. Swing it. Don't mess up with our team. He really made it look beauty. That's right toward the net, and that was really good. Being contested that is what I was always noticing, and you know, it was what I just expected to see about Aiden Lundell. He really had done it all. Now this will be his 8th. For the win, here's Mikolo. He sets off his 9th goal in the playoffs for Aiden Lundell, and he just now has to get his 10th to take the lead, or someone else to take the lead. Well, it might be one. I mean, Jesper Boves may have had it all to change. This may be the right choice. I mean, we may have to see about that. Lundell back to Kolikov. He now finds Lundell. Lundell fires that shot, blocked by Lars Eller, and rebounded by
his 9th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, scored and assisted number 15, Aiden Lundell. Time of the goal, 10 minutes, 3 seconds in the second period of conference finals. It's Aiden Lundell, his first goal of the game, his 9th in the playoffs, unassisted by a team. For the Florida Panthers, at 10 minutes, 3 seconds in the second period of conference finals.
Logan Thompson, they loved it. Yeah, you're definitely feeling that there's a lot of energy-packed noise afterward. That's a big salute. Now it's over to Nosek. He'll now find Kolikov. Kolikov now finds Forsling. He'll give it over to Kolikov. Trying to look to Forsling. He now finds the Lucerina. That missed wide and rebounded off by Kolikov. Delayed penalty upcoming in the Capitals, and it'll be a slashing on Verona.
Number 13 on Washington, 2 minutes for slashing.
Yeah, it's very bad, and you know what happens? There's a slash. That goes down. And you're not going to play successfully like that. She doesn't like it. Capitals. Already. Penalty kill. So the Capitals are back in the penalty kill, and the Panthers are on the next power play to get the lead. Leading might be a great optional, but they gotta see where the defender gets in there. Alexander Barkov and their teammates really need to show some
Washington
set.
penalty number 13, 2 minutes for slushing. Dominant penalty in second period of conference finals, 8 minutes, 52 seconds. That's penalty on the Washington Capitals, number 13, Jacob Verana. Dominant penalty in the second period of conference finals, 8 minutes, 52 seconds for 2 minutes slushing.
It's Barkov, close save by Thompson. Stays alive. Set the Barkov shot. Trying to put a rebound. Big stop. He scores. Sam Bennett. Take a big back range. Trying to make it go amazing stopping. But the Panthers take the lead for the very first time on a power play goal. Sam Bennett. Yes, Sam Bennett was really like giving it. And that one was really like wide open range. It was like fantastic. Just really like to see that this really makes a backhander look great. That's really approaching right to the line. That's where it comes in. He now has his 8th. And 8th it is. That's right, too. That's where he comes in for 8 goals in the playoffs for Sam Bennett. But this time, he really needs to go for 2 more to get 3 in a row. I think 3 in a row might be a harder thing for him, so he might have to use it all to keep it in. So the lead now is 6-5, and here's Kachuk after the big hit from the Florida zone. Kachuk fires that one around the net with 8 minutes remaining. 6-5 to score. Carlson will now try to make his way in. He goes down. Rebound by the Capitals. Another miscommunication here for the Capitals. With the shot. Oh, he threw the pipe. That one is right from the right outside. Oh boy, that in fact.
Florida goal, his 8th goal in the playoffs, first goal in the game. Score on a power play number 9, Sam Bennett. Assisted by number 5, Aaron Ekblad. And by number 16, Alexander Barkov. Tom on a Florida Panthers power play goal, 11 minutes 40 seconds in the second period of conference finals. But Sam Bennett, his 8th in the playoffs. Score on a power play, assisted by Aaron Ekblad and Alexander Barkov. On the Florida Panthers power play minute, 11 minutes, 40 seconds in the second period of conference finals.
Trying to make him go down. AJ Greer now playing to Schmid. The pass is too wide. No icing on the Florida Panthers. As Dubois will now try to regroup it. And here's Dubois. Trying to make his way, now playing to Wilson. Wilson with the shot. Better saved by Bobrovsky. Walensky's now trying to lose to Rainen. He'll give a go to Boves. Boves looking in. He'll try to reset to Kulikov, and now it's back to Mikkola. Mikkola looks to Boves. Right to the middle. Didn't find enough room energy here, and it's now back to Dubois to Sandin the Products. Kulikov takes it over. Now finds to Mikkola, and will now find Lundell. Lundell sweeping around a bit, now finding to Kulikov. One time Mikkola shot. Big safe play by Logan Thompson. Kulikov now finds to Mikkola, and it's back to Kulikov. Shot, he scores! It's Dmitry Kulikov. He has taken 2 in the lead, and that'll be his 3rd in the playoffs. Sometimes you just don't win, and that Kulikov was really right up to it now. He just kicked a shot out of it, and it just went underneath his pad. That one was underneath. He didn't really think that would work. You see what happened with Dmitry Kulikov? That's where it slams in. When this shot range happens, it went off and redirected. Biggest lead now. It is a 7-5 lead. Florida, as they're looking for an advancement to the Stanley Cup Final for their first time in NHL postseason history. Kulikov now swings to Rodriguez the other way. On his rushing down, Lars Eller behind. Open look to Sam Bennett. He missed that one up.
Florida goal, his 3rd goal in the playoffs, first goal in the game, scored by number 7, Dmitry Kulikov. Assisted by number 77, Niko Mikkola. And by number 70, Jesper Boves. Time of the goal, 13 minutes, 53 seconds in the second period of conference finals. It's Dmitry Kulikov, his 3rd in the playoffs. First goal of the game assisted by Mikkola and Boves. For the Florida Panthers at 13 minutes, 53 seconds in the second period of conference finals.
He looks like he was really on a harder work, but he didn't think that would help. Well, he's really like we're trying to get over to. I mean, nobody would see this. Now this would happen, so this might be the better choice.
Barzell now playing to Radius. Radius fires, glove save by Bobrovsky. Now it's Nosek the other way, and he'll send Aaron Ekblad. Set back to Gakovic. Gakovic will hand it to Ekblad, now finds Forsling. Finds Barkov. Barkov looks to Aaron Ekblad. It's back to Barkov. Nothing given here. Here Luther Bauer wouldn't see that going. Carlson will now give to Nick Dow. 4-on-2 advance. Toward middle, broken by Gakovic. Now it's Barkov the other way. Trying to look out. Into the middle, fires, he scores! Alexander Barkov! He races over and he gets his 11th in the playoffs. He wouldn't dare do that. That would be just only him. Now, the Caps fans are really hating on Alexander Barkov. Watch what he did. That is a dish over and he just had that feed. And there's a great screen and a good call. That's for Alexander Barkov to make his next goal. When a defender's racing in now, that's going to make him next to get a goal in. Alexander Barkov with his first goal in a game in Game 5 under 5 minutes. You see how I was literally looking like I think it was really like how turned out to be how hard it is, but it wasn't really that kind of close enough afterwards. Even especially the one on the Battle Royale, it wouldn't be like, you know what, I would have that magic power there too. It would just been only like that, for no other reasons. I mean, sometimes it gets stressed out for most people. I mean, most people don't really care about me. I mean, what they don't, especially right now, but one of the legendary players here could be only gone, and that might be it for
Florida goal, his 11th goal in the playoffs, first goal in the game, scored by number 16, Alexander Barkov. Assisted by number 12, Jonah Gakovic. Topping the goal 15 minutes, 36 seconds in the second period conference finals. That's Alexander Barkov. His first goal in the game, 11th in the playoffs, assisted by Jonah Gakovic. They are the Florida Panthers at 15 minutes, 36 seconds in the second period conference finals.
And that would be almost the next goal for Florida. If he misses, then Charlie Lindgren is going to have to replace him. Big battle wall, and Verhage went down after it. Rebound by Boves. Tries to get to Kolikov. He'll now find Alexander Barkov. Right toward Verhage, and it's icing on Florida. 3:10 remaining in a second period. They will get ready for another puck drop. Lots of officials ready to bring things on. 8-5 Florida. Barkov wins the faceoff as Mikula sets it over right behind the net. And that one is broken up again. Ovechkin shot, chopped up. Mikula watching on him. Barkov watching behind for the net. Knocked him hit! And another save by Bobrovsky. Here's Verhage. Verhage will now swing to Barkov. Behind the net is Barkov. He finds an open look to Rodriguez. The backhander tried to put Kachuk in, and he didn't get there in time. Ovechkin will now have it the other way. Here's a set to Alex Ovechkin. A set to Van Riestad, a pass sticked out by Sergi, and it's now back over to Rodriguez. Barkov's off the ice, and now with some new line changes, will be Bennett. Sam Bennett go the other way. Forsling shoots, no save by the goaltender. Matthew Tkachuk trying to watch on Van Riestad. Jacob Verana right toward the wing. It's back to Sandy. Shot. Pull the save by Ovechkin shot. Big blocker. Trying to pull a rebound in. That stays out by Sam Bennett.
Oh, that one was really close after where nobody can't do. They don't see where they can definitely try to follow that action. This big lead is nothing that can't really stand after it. You just have to make sure you're completely in for it on your own life. Not always.
Now the win here for Forsling. You'll have that puck in range. Now find the Rodriguez. Rodriguez loses the effort. Rebound by Aaron Ekblad. He'll find Matthew Tkachuk. Slowing it down. Here's Rodriguez. Shoot, save by Thompson. Gloves the catch with 50 over 46 shots on goal for Florida Panthers. Now they're set, ready to take the next puck drop. Now the win for the Washington Capitals as Chikron will have it over. Lars Eller takes it over. Behind the back, Carlson shoots blocked by A.J. Greer. And Gakovic to the zone, no icing. Donnie Nozak right to a wing. That's a big smackdown. A.J. Greer trying to look for help. Looks over, now finding Nozak. He finds Polinski, back to Nozak. Nozak couldn't get over it. Jacob Verana on the wing.
Just 1 minute remaining in the second period.
Try to watch on that. Poked it away by the defender, and we're under a minute remaining in the second. Schmidt goes right to Tomas Nozak. Greer, lose the effort. Lusterrainen right toward around the net. A.J. Greer will have another one. And it went down. Back to Verana. He'll try again this time. And a big stop by Bobrovsky. Big stop, he scores! We haven't seen you in a while, Jacob Verana. He gets his first goal in conference finals. Wow, this has been a long time for Jacob Verana, and he finally had his own goal. The Wolves back in the conference finals. He now has 8 in the playoffs in this game. I usually have to say that this rebounding is trying to be very excellent. So far that anybody can definitely play for Jacob Verana until it's end of the night. It might be all for him to finish things off. Now the win for Pierre-Luc Dubois. Here's Protas. Swings and misses as Kulikov will now find Nikola. He has it to Lundell.
Capitals goal. Now gives it to Lusterrainen. First goal of the game. Scored by number 13, Jacob Verana.
Florida Panthers.
Assisted by number 20, Lars Eller.
Good stop
by number
Thompson.
6, Jacob
Here's another one. Lusterrainen shot.
Time goal. 19 minutes, 24 seconds. His second period of conference finals. As Jacob Verana, his 8th in the playoffs. First goal in the conference finals. Assisted by Eller and Chikron. For the Washington Capitals at 19 minutes, 24 seconds.
The second period.
And that's the end of the second period. Your score, Washington Capitals 6 and the Florida Panthers 8.
In the postseason. Stick around. Third period is next after this. Hello folks, welcome back to the intermission as we're now in the second intermission as you're ready to see what goes in before the third period starts. Here's what happened after the second period is over. 52/49 for the total shots on goal for Florida. 74/58 still remains for Washington Capitals. 953/252 for Florida time on attack. 91/84 for Washington Capitals. 26/22 face-off wins for Washington. And it was 9-minute penalty kill over 7-minute penalty kill for Washington. 1 power play goal, 2 power play goals with 1:55, and the other with 42 seconds. Now let's go over and see what happens with this, as I start off with you, Ultra Beast, of how Florida got there through. Well, it's been like a timeout dangling, and this really has given over by this. No one has been seeing this at all. When I expect it now, this wasn't able to start things in. With the next play in action, I had no choice of how they were going to stick out, but for more reasons, it might have to be just the right play protection. This needs to give that right little moment is silent. And how about you, Justin, for the Washington Capitals? Well, it seemed like they may have to just do only one, not multiple, but one. They really are just like keeping it going over for some reasons. And I know that this may not be the right choice to keep those range out. This really is going to make someone out there a harder chance. This play shot really didn't want to make them work. So they've got to see it if they wanted to go back in and try to win it. And now what's your take here after this one? Who do you think will win the 5th game of the Eastern Conference Finals? Florida's going to have to go right after it. I think the Florida Panthers, I think they're going to the Stanley Cup Finals for the very first time. That's my take. How about you, Ultra Beast? Tough question. Thanks. I'm going to say now that Capitals may have to go back in, so I think there's a chance so they might be able to come back in. It's a big goal, so they could come back in. I mean, we might see how that goes. All right, thank you so much. I really might say it can be anybody. Anything could happen. All of those games might be a close range, and it's hurt everyone, so let's hope this takes in for good.
And now back to center ice is All You Know fan, and along with the others are back at Washington. We'll see you all later for the post-game show.
Enjoy the third period. It all comes down to the third period in the Capital One's arena. It's been a wildest of a game. 2 periods down, only 1 to go, and it's do or die for the Capitals. All right, folks, now I know this wasn't the safest day, but we noticed that this was the hardest, intense matchup. Let's have your takes here for Centerpiece and Jay and you two of what they did. What did you take here? How they done?
Well, it looks like the Florida Panthers are really working their way up. They really had a hard trying. A lot of timing is just a hard one to do for. I mean, I'm telling you this, when you're for 11, it's not really what anybody does for, and picking it up is just how great it gets. This intense speed matchup is not really the easier way to do for. Sometimes the underdog teams really have to do it on their own, but they don't have any improvements to do all that they do for. This is not how they just started to do to make things with a better slate angle, but the stronger, the better, the faster.
Yeah, I definitely say so now. I mean, it's not what they already expected to do for, so this needs to be done right in a second.
Kind of intense up there, is people know them. I know that this would be really almost intentionally that they do for. Unbelievable. Well, it is for John Carlson.
What a mistake there, defender. What happened?
Well, he went away. I don't know what he would do. But John Carlson, he seemed like he was looking to tie it up for 8. And here's what happened. That's a little mistake when you don't see things. This sweep around, that's right over it. That's another goal. I mean, right into the pad, and then it just went off the skate from the back, and then it tipped in. Yeah, you see how that happened? It come back afterwards.
So this time, Carlson has 5 goals in the playoffs, and his first goal in the conference finals.
Well, there's no word. I mean, I've never seen anything like this at all. But John Carlson, he's sure that he's going to try to work it way up a bit.
You know, they don't stand a chance after 1 or 2. This what happens to the Caps. They got to win it. Thompson will cover the puck in with only 18:33 remaining in the third period. As we prepare for Game 5 for tomorrow night, make sure to stick around here because that will be the next game underway here as the game coverage starts at 8:30 p.m. the same time, just like the last one, so you don't want to miss that one out. But the good thing, it's a big comeback rally for the Edmonton Oilers. They knocked down the Dallas Stars in a big take on a sudden death in Game 4. Just like how that happened, this wasn't even easy at all.
I know they sure do. There's nothing to change for. All they did now is they really have been swamped up, made that one go back into work, and that wasn't really easy enough to keep the zone out of here. That's what they don't really see oftenly, the moment of timing for Edmonton Oilers to keep in. It's where it keeps things going out. So they have a lot of timing to get through.
Here's Mikola's shot, blocker saved by Logan Thompson. The rebound by Nosek. Panthers on full pressure. Finding Nosek right away.
In the game, score by number 74. John Carlson. Passes to line number 17, Dylan Stroud. Time to go. 1 minute 14 seconds in third period of conference finals. That's John Carlson. His 5th in the playoffs. First goal of the game is this by Strome for the Washington Capitals at 1 minute 13 seconds in the third period of conference finals.
For Bolinski's. Yakovich still trying to look for help. Nosek looks to Schmidt. Here's a set to Bolinski's. Off to Yakovich, and he backed it over to Greer. Nobody to give open through. Oh, Yakovich trying to get a rebound. That's an error miscommunication for the Capitals. A.J. Greer rolling in, shoots it by Thompson. Little S motion on for the top, but that was a big stop for Thompson.
Yeah, it was really how they were going to get up to it. A better start. They don't seem like they were going to do it afterwards. They really got to get back into work. They got to tie it up. They got to figure it out to get a home win there. Oh, that was something I was never seen. That's like a base motion you can never get.
Big stop by Sergei Bobrovsky. Tom Wilson now has it to Carlson. Carlson, puck is rolling away, and it will be out of the zone, and Alex Ovechkin will grab it. It's back over. Kachuk takes it back. He'll now swing to Bennett. Now finding the Polinskis. Polinskis broken the zone. Here's Kachuk. That's off the blocker and the defender, and rebound by the Capitals. Now here's Ovechkin. Ovechkin finds Sean 5%. Save made by Nebraska. Trying to keep his own out. Now it's Schmidt. He will now find a Sam Bennett. Bennett, pass to Kachuk. Right to the middle, shoot. Save made by Thompson. Bennett open. He denied the effort. John Carlson will now have it to McMichael. Loses step. Schmidt gets it back. Open look. Lusharainen. Oh my! What a wonderful save by Thompson. He really had rushed it. And that's a big monster stop on the pad. And it's just crazy when you're looking at it. That's someone that they expected down. Thompson, we need you here. That's big hero of the day. Lusharainen, right around the net. Aiden Lundell comes in to join. Now finding the Gustav Forsling. Backlash shot. It's blocked. Lundell trying to grab his own rebound. He will have it out. Now finding the Forsling. Forsling looks to Boves. And he'll now try to make the carry to Lundell. Lundell back to Boves. Boves trying to get the Forsling. Here's Lundell's shot. Big save by Thompson. It's blocked up by a defender, and it's back to Duhaney. Capitals are back in the offense zone. Battling for the loose puck is rebounded by Roy. Doubt shot. Swing and a miss. Matthew Kachuk got a piece of it right at his side and his skater. That's really what I was never seeing. That one is kind of like a little cut. And with that, I've never seen how this one's going to go by. Aaron Ekblad finding the Barkov. Barkov shot. Another save, but the penalty will be on another slash.
Number 3 on Washington.
He's stepping slashing. Oh my gosh, I don't know how this is going to make. Disadvantaging right over toward the goaltender, and it's going to make him, like, not good at all. Man, why in the world, refs? We don't like you. Matt Roy in the penalty box. Another penalty kill will be on the Caps, as the Panthers will have another power play. Well, this advantage may have it because the Florida Panthers have been working it off.
Number 3, 2 minutes for slushes. Time of penalty, 14 minutes, 42 seconds in the third period of the conference finals. That's penalty on the Washington Capitals, number 3, Matt Roy. Time of penalty, 14 minutes, 42 seconds in the third period of the conference finals for a 2-minute slushing.
In the third period. Capitals looking to shut down in Game 5 to beat over the Panthers. It is still an 8-7 lead for the game. Barkov wins another face-off. It's back to Sam Bennett. Here's the shot. Never stopped by Thompson. Wherever he gets her on the boards. Now here's Eller the other way. Gives it over by Aaron Ekblad. Oh, the chance now to Barkov. What a save! No penalty to give here for Florida to end that power play, and that puck escapes the zone. There was just an incredible place. I was never seen that. I thought there was going to be a push-off, and I felt like that Barkov was going to be able to get for another goal. He would go for 2 goals in a game. He would have seen that one, and you would know that he would make that one in there. I would say no. Not really at all, too. Verhage back over. He'll lose the effort. And as Bobrovsky will now give it over to Aaron Ekblad with only 55 seconds for that Cats power play. And here's Lundell trying to go right over toward the Lusharainen. Wherever he gives it over to Carlson. Right toward middle is Brandon Duhamel. Duhamel swings and misses, and Schmidt gives it to Rodriguez. Another hit for the Caps as Lusharainen is back in his zone. Here's a set. Dindozic on a transfer direction. This one goes back out. And a chance now finding to Rodriguez. Rodriguez will look over to Schmidt. Schmidt finally now. Backhand save by Thompson. Just 12:52 remaining in the third period and 21 seconds for the Cats power play. A lot of energy to bring out here from the crowd. 8-7 to score. And another win for Lundell. Here's Schmidt. Kicked it out by Thompson. Protas takes it over. Clears his own out. Matt Roy's time is almost about to be up. Moves to right in. Back behind the net. Rodriguez right over it. Cordes escapes it. Grillo. Backhander won't be enough. And that's it for the power play. They're already been down 2-3 was their team. Well, that was a crazy look, and I was able to see that Logan Thompson was made a great save. That was all that I noticed for. I mean, that was incredible. Turning to me like it's a great word out there. Come on, Camps. We gotta work this thing up. I wouldn't bail if I were after you. Sorry, Bo. You won't be my brother again. No, not at always. Like it's Matthew Tkachuk and Brady back in together. Not as simply what you guys would want, but you always guys got goose around. Yeah, it's been goosebump. That's what you need to know for trying to get better at it. I wouldn't say so. I mean, don't take it off. After a blocked shot, here's Jacob Verana. He will carry that out, and Aaron Ekblad with the rebound. Now the other way will send it out, and now finding to Verhage. It's back to Bennett. He'll try to reset it again. Aaron Ekblad in the rush. They still need some help. Bennett can't get over the swing. Here's Heller. Poked it. Good save by Barkov after Aaron Ekblad with the poke check. Try to work his way in. Van Riestad with a great poke check around the other way. Trying to work to Alex Ovechkin. He misses wide, and he'll hover it up with only 11:04 in the third period. Every scene you just see for Alex Ovechkin, he misses that opportunity. That strength and number did not work at all. This needs some changes to fix it. Tomas Nosek wins the face-off, and he'll now have it over to Aaron Ekblad. Worked his way across. AJ Greer with the run. And here's a set to Tommy Nosek. Nosek, a set to Gakovic this time. Didn't get a stop afterward as Greer tried to go for deflection. Now it's back to Kolikov. Kolikov looks over to Greer. Greer chance now finding Gakovic. Looks to Kolikov. And after a poke check here, Forsling with the rebound. He'll find Kolikov. Back to Gakovic. Again to Greer. And he lost that effort. Another miscommunication for the Panthers. Now Kolikov will find Greer, and he gets to Nosek. Nosek seems to need to get some better skills in there. This needs some changes to fix it. Gakovic now finds the Kolikov. He looks over. And it's over again to Ovechkin. Here's a set. Tom Wilson. For the rush. He loses it and balance. And that carries it over to Florida. A lot of poke check involvement. Turned out to be the right timing, just right. Boves now finds it over to Mikula. Oh, Tom Wilson rushes forward it. There is no quit. You can't stop now. Well, Tom Wilson may have had a little agreement and said, sorry, no chance to do for. And shot saved by Bobrovsky. Mikula has it open now. Now the range is over. Now to find the Boves as he passed the midway mark in the third period. One down. Fire save by Thompson. Good save on a stick. Now it's back to Carlson the other way. The deep zone to Mangiapane. Mangiapane to look over. One down. Now finding the Schmidt. Tries to reset to Valinsky's, and you'll have it to Tkachuk. Give the feed to Barkov. Barkov slicks a feet in motion. Backhand shot, not enough to get there as he'll hold things off. Only 9:05 remaining in the third. What do you say, do you think this might be the Florida Panthers that advance to the finals? I would say so. If they definitely would have won and they go up by 2, I mean, I think they weren't going to have to move on to the finals. Just for the first time ever. Forsling has it to Verhage. Gives to Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad recovers the puck as he dives in play for the pass. Back to Tkachuk. That was really almost been like a wild one afterward. The defender was almost in a hurry. I think we need to stop that player from going back and forth. We need some medical backups. We got to call the security. Now Gustav Forsling will have some new change to specialty team finding Tkachuk. And it's now rolls it again to Chikrin. Over now to Dubois. Dubois can't get over it, and it's rebounded by the team. Penalty's going to be on the Capitals. This is going to be a slashing again. Oh, this is not really that good. I mean, there is bad step. Who cares about this? I mean, that's one's order. And a stop play, the cross-checkings on Pierre-Luc Dubois, and advantage inside. Washington penalty number 80, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Capitals, a win. Penalty kill. Another penalty play coming up for the Panthers with 8:13 remaining. They really dislike going out there just making calls afterwards.
Penalty on Washington Capitals number 80, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Dominant penalty in the third period of conference finals, 8 minutes 28 seconds. That's penalty on Washington Capitals number 80, Pierre-Luc Dubois. Dominant penalty, 8 minutes and 28 seconds in the third period of conference finals for a 2-minute cross-checking.
Turns it over, and now Schmid will have it the other way. Send a deep pass to Luosterainen. Luosterainen right toward near in the corner. You'll find the pass down to Nozak. Right toward the wall. Rodriguez shoots. Put a big save by Thompson. Now it's back to Chuck Carlson. And he'll clear the zone, finding down. Here's down. Poked it by Nozak. Florida's back in offense zone, finding the Schmid. And he now has a sent to Rodriguez. Oh, he made a roll down. That's another big banger and a hit. Barca trying to watch out with that. Barca for a release bait. Saved by Thompson. He's not really happy enough already. I think that was where it's going to happen. The head coach for the Capitals, he needs to get right into it. Where's the defender? You got to watch on that. Matthew Tkachuk the other way. Finds Aaron Ekblad. Bennett, shot blocked. Rebound by Tkachuk. And he now finds Verhage. Fires it close. Saved by Thompson. Will stop and play with under 7 minutes. 8-7 score. Lots of time left to be here in this period. Under 7 minutes. 8-7 still score. As the power play rolls in with 40 seconds, he'll dump that out. Rebound by Aaron Ekblad. He now finds it with Carter Verhage. He'll sit it over this to Sam Bennett. Bennett run around the net. He'll try to get to Tkachuk. He'll now have it over the other way to Verhage, and he sets it over to Bennett. Bennett trying to work his way across. Verhage with the rebound. Back to Sam Bennett. Bennett looks at Barkov. Barkov swings his shot. Glove saved by Thompson. 6:26 remaining in a third period. They're still trying to get over. A lot of big shots at the Wolves. It's not really always what they're going to do. A little big speed. It just keeps on going. Now the win this time it will be the Capitals. Good one. Clears that zone. Can't get it to go. Boves. Should score! Oh my! Jesper Boves. He squeezes. This is power play goal. And it's now at a 9-7. Man, look at all that speed it gets things in. That Jesper Boves was really able to try to get over this. This right flying motion is right near it, and then it just goes in between the pads. That's right into the net. I had never seen it like he was able to make that one in. That's his 5th in the playoffs. 6:18 remaining, a third, 9-7. Man, this is what happens with Florida Panthers. They are messing up on the Capitals. They definitely wanted to say now is that, nope, we are always going to finish it off from here. I think we've already been beaten by game 4. Well, we need to get back into it to step in the finals. Golikov will now swing to Tkachuk, and the shot's blocked as Carlson takes over. Try to work his way across to Verana. Verana shoots. That's saved by Bobrovsky. Another one gets to Golikov. Golikov on a speed right around the net. And rebound by Rodriguez. He sets it over across. Trying to look over to Nikolov. And he sets to Golikov. Golikov back to Gurria. Gurria sets to Golikov. Stick lifted as Sam Bennett takes it over. And here's A.J. Gurria. Gurria trying to look for Golikov. And he now gives to Sam Bennett. He loses that one and it goes right over right by the center ice. This range won't be to stay that long afterward if you're going to get off to a better attack.
What a goal. His 5th goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game. Score on a power play, number 70, Jesper Boves. This is the play number 15, 8-1. Time and a goal for the Florida power play, 14 minutes, 42 seconds. That's just for Fest. His fifth in the playoff score in the power play, assisted by Lundell. For the Florida Panthers power play minute, 13 minutes, 42 seconds. In the third period of the conference finals.
Rebound by Carlson, the other way to Strome. Strome on his way down, looking for a timeout attack to shoot for it, and another save by Bobrovsky. Horsley goes right toward the wall. Ovechkin saves it coming, and a big stop by Bobrovsky. 4:31 remaining in the third period. They still want that back. A lot of time opportunity here. 89 over 84. They lost 90%, but that's okay because they had a little passing effectiveness better. Then reset. Shoot save by Bobrovsky. Loose to Rainen, bumps right a wall. Now it's back there at Ekblad. He looks to loose to Rainen. Over now to Bovest. Bovest taken away by Ben Reset. Sandin looks over it now. Right toward Wayne. He rolls it up in the center zone. Bumps it out. Bovest takes a rebound. And now here's Ian Lundell. Another smackdown. Aaron Ekblad goes right after it. Sandin pushes off across. Verhaeghe needs to find more room. Aaron Ekblad trying to get out of the way. And here's another chance over to Rasmussen to Tom Wilson. Kicked to Kruger. Almost went for a trip, but that one stayed out of the zone. Verhaeghe fires up and around over. Now find Alexander Barkov. Uvalinskis with a shot redirected off of Roy's skate. Now gives a set to Roy. Gorda shoots, missed it up, and Bobrovsky will power it in to stop that play bound. You would almost have to make that one in, and I thought the next goal would have been like, well, this would be only one. Tomas Nosek wins the faceoff as Schmid will have it. Lost the effort, rebound by Dubois. Right from outside. Set to McMichael. Big stop by Bobrovsky. Dubois now sets it to McMichael. It's back to A.J. Greer. Now he'll have it out by the zone. A.J. Greer firing around the net. Yakovic trying to get right over, now finding Schmid. He looks to Nosek. Nosek puts to Schmid. And he now gets to Nosek again to Greer. Nate Schmidt shoots, blocked up by Roy. Yakovic now finds Polinskis. He now sets to Schmidt. Schmidt shoots, save by Thompson. 2:42 remaining in the third period. Johofer digs in to get ready for another tough shot. Lots of time left to be played this period. Only 9 seconds to score. Now it's a win. Here's another to Kulikov. He'll now find Kachuk. Rodney shoots, no save by Thompson. He now finds Kulikov the other way. Trying to get around the defenders. Mikolov has it now finding to Sam Bennett. Bennett shoots, glove save by Thompson. He's really like over the line, and then that scrimmaging up is the face off the beat. You don't want that to be seen as coming in. If you do or not, you may not want to take a chance afterward, because afterwards, you might be left out of the suit and be questioning, like, why is there a next thing that we need to do for another play and draw? This face-up needs to be the right choice to do for it. They've got to find a way to get through it. Mikolov finding Kulikov again to Gekovic. Mikolov, so you can get through it. As Radish has it back. Verana smashes right through the wall. And it's Kulikov. That one stays out of the zone. It's Mikolov. Will settle it in, back into the zone. And now it's Roy. 90 seconds remaining in the third. And Strome to set the game over with the other way. He didn't get over that time. Gakovic trying to roll it out. Spins across the move. Nosek shoots, save by Thompson. It's rebounded by the Capitals. Knocked him over. Greer right toward the wall. He couldn't get over it. Now Tom Wilson will have the empty net, and the extra skaters coming on for the Capitals. Ekblad.
Just 1 minute remaining in the third period.
Rolls it and end the game. Man, Ian Lundell, he had a great season to make that right from
center shot, and that was all it did. So until for now, it looks like Ian Lundell, he's all finished, and that means that's a wrap in Washington. That was where it made that one in there, and then you just see that big shot. That's the biggest empty net goal ever seen by Ian Lundell. It's been the end, as the Washington Capitals season has come to an end of the night, and we're always noticing with one last
his
season
10th
for
goal in the
Alex
playoffs, second goal of the game, scored an empty net, number 15, Aiton Lundell. Assisted by number 5, Aaron Ekblad, and by number 27, Each Illustrated. Time and a goal for the empty net, 19 minutes, 2 seconds in the third period of conference finals. It's Aiton Lundell, his 7th in the playoffs, second goal of the game, assisted by Ekblad and Illustrated. In the third period for the Panthers empty net, 19 minutes, 2 seconds in the conference finals.
Well, I guess that happens now. The Capitals will say so long again for the next season. Looks like that they don't have to be again tomorrow. And that'll be it. Booster rated will clear that zone. And that's going to wrap it up. 10 seconds. And with that being said, Schmidt and their teammates have finished for tonight. Forsling and their teams are heading to the Stanley Cup Final. The first time ever.
And that's the end of the game. Your final score in game number 5, Florida Panthers 10, and the Washington Capitals 7.
Sergi, he made this great win. And they're back in it. They made a comeback struggle into a win. Well, it's been always been impressive or not, and it looks like that's definitely what you all choose for. What a win for the Cats. Well, see you next season there, Capitals. And thank you so much, Jude, for bringing us in. I hope you enjoyed that winner. Thanks, guys. You are one of the best. So long, everyone. And with all that crew, along with Fan and Two, and of course Jay and Son of Beast, I'm B411. You've been watching the Eastern Conference Finals.
Thank you all, folks, for joining us here for our tonight's game and for the whole entire season of our team. We look forward to heading back for our next season for the Advantage for 2025 and 26 season. Get your tickets now for your membership for the next game. Thank you all and have a great night.
With 2 goals and a hit. That only made this one a right from corner wall. Then, the second star player of the game goes to Alexander Barkov with 1 goal, 2 assists, and 7 hits. He only did just that. Right timing is just what they need. And the first star player of the game goes to Aiton Lundell with 2 goals, 1 assist, and 4 hits. Only to be was the cut in motion. Aiton Lundell just did. Well, I have to say right now, I mean, you know how this happened here, Finn? This makes anything that's impressive to you. Do you think that this will be the next part of the season to see them again? Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I always know that this really changed it up. And by the way, that saving play has to be Alexander Barkov. He did so well to make things range in there. Best of luck of it for the Stanley Cup Final. And with that, view the statistics in the final standings after the game. 80/64 total shots on goal for Florida. And it was 133/86 hits for Washington. 15:32 time on attack for Florida over the Caps with only 4 minutes. 88/83 passing effectiveness for Washington Capitals over Florida. 33/32 face-off wins. That was Washington. They did. 13-minute penalty kill or 7-minute penalty kill for Washington with only 1 power play goal and 3 out of 4 power play goals. 5:50 for Florida and 42 seconds for Washington. Well, that's it. They had advanced and they are in the Stanley Cup Final, but they will have to wait for its winning opposing team between the Stars or the Oilers. Now, this won't be the day afterwards, so there's a lot of time left for the offseason for the Panthers so they can get a nice break, and then you'll have to do it one last time to face in for the finals. There may be 1 or more. We'll see how this one changes in. In the meantime, thank you all for watching, and we do have a surprise for you now. Because what we say now, there's one thing to do. And you know what that means? That means it's our new part of the hope here as we are giving some great start-offs here. And this time, this will be all for every object characters that was always in. Plus, we do have something special here for you guys. New skit is going to be the skill challenge.
after the screen trap, then the skill challenge is going to be one of each, from each object characters. That's right, it's not basketball, never that for hockey, it's all for the skill challenge where the object characters come in for fruition. The set of goals is a big strength for them, and that's what that Miss Chris the Beast had made. This official is trying to beat everybody that did for it all.
And yeah, you won't have to believe on that, because that is where we see things right across the other way. And also, I think the Supercut, you will also love that too, for the BFTI and TPOT from new reaction from 11 to 15. That's going to be one of a big amazing on this one here. We can't wait.
And for that being said, it's time to say goodbye to the Eastern Conference Finals. And it's been a wild one to finish.
After that one, we'll hope that this will enjoy in for the Western Conference Finals, the Stars and Oilers. Don't miss that one out for the next game at 8:30.
In the meantime, we are out of here. So long, everyone, for us a while as the Eastern Conference Finals of the Stanley Cup on EA Sports of NHL. This is Fan
And Test Tube.
And Ultra Beast. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
If you don't, somebody will.